everybody, welcome to another episode of Widgets and Wonders. This is my show about great products from small companies. Now today we're going to take a look at two new neoprene gaming mat styles from UrbanMatz. We've got a new desert mat, actually in a new style from the previous one in three different sizes, 3x3, 4x4, and 6x4, and then a cool new lava mat, also in two different sizes, 4x4 and 6x4. So let's take a look at the mats. I'm going to throw some training on them too so you can get a sense of scale, a couple models as well, and you can check them out right now. All right, so here is the three desert mats with some of the desert mesas also available from UrbanMatz on it. We got the 3x3, perfect for Mordheim. You could use it for other games too, such as, sorry, not Mordheim, Malifaux is what I meant to say. Use it for other games too. It would be great for the new Rogue Stars, for like a sort of Tatooine style spaceship table. And wherever you need the desert, basically, it's nice, and just like all the other urban mats, the detail quality is really fine. Like if you get up close, it doesn't lose any sort of like fidelity, it doesn't get super pixelated or anything like that. You can see the weave of the fabric a little bit, but the print is really, really nice. And the cuts are such that the three mats are like, there's not too much detail. It doesn't feel like a piece of it was cut out, and you've lost a bunch of like surface detail and stuff too. So here's a 3x3, and then we'll move the scenery to the side. And you guys can see the 4x4 whoop here. So perfect for things like War Machine. If you wanted to do an outdoor deserty infinity mats, if you want to do like a Hack-Islam or Pan-Oceania or, you know, Nomad or whatever colony on some kind of desert world, this would be perfect. Also perfect for Dark Age. I'll be using it a whole bunch for Dark Age in the future because it's a great Samaria post-apocalyptic desert mat on top of that. Have some cool sunken ruins and old habs and things kind of sticking out of it, which looks great. And then finally the 6x4, which will be great for all of your large combat games. So whether or not you want to do, actually this would be great for historicals, honestly, as well, because there's nothing to period set it, so there's no details on the table that will like lock it to a potentially like fantasy or sci-fi place. And the details are small enough. I think honestly you could use this from 15 mil through 28 mil. So like if you wanted to do a big World War II tank engagement in 15 mil, like you want to do your Desert Rats or something like that for something like Flames of War, I think this would be just perfect. You could even do moderns, whatever. Like there's no detail that's so big that if you put a 15 mil model next to it, it would look inappropriate. And we're gonna put some models down so you can see some scale stuff right now. And there's some scale shots just to get some perspective. There's my Kellyan crew for Rogue Stars hanging out on the desert, along with some Custodies and a Sister of Silence, and a big Psycharon battle tank from my Alpha Legion. So you just get an idea of the scale of the details and stuff like that. I think it would work for everything from 28 mil and larger down through to, I think 15 mil look just fine as well, because the little rocks are, I mean, at this scale, they're little rocks to the people, but they can just be boulders and big rocks in 15 mil or 6 mil or whatever. So nicely textured and a good sort of like variable scale, variable period sort of mat for deserts. And here we have the 4x4 and 6x4 lava mats. Now I have to say, there's a lot of lava mats on the market, and I'm not usually a big fan of most of them. They tend to have huge cracks on them, and the cracks are very often like period set, so like, you know, a lot of like the GW sort of themed ones will have like a big Chaos Star or something on them. And it means that the mats are good for like kind of one game. So there's nothing wrong with that, but for me, I really like mats that I can use for all kinds of different projects. And so I like them to be a little more sort of, I don't want to say generic, but like multi-purpose. And the other thing is, I think that what looks good on a computer screen often doesn't translate very well. There's usually a lot going on lava mats, huge wide cracks, like things that look like they would literally disrupt or melt the troops who are walking around on them. It's kind of a lot. And Martin's taking kind of a different approach to this one. There's not a lot of lava. It's more like a lava field. This looks like a cooling post-eruption volcano area, where the outflow is starting to like harden and stuff. The mantle's like maybe cracked a little bit in places, and like this is like a cooling river of lava. Right, it's kind of across the board. And I really like that. The texture is great, yet again. A lot of this looks like it's been based on actual like pictures and images of lava, like basically like volcanic rock, which is perfect. Like, you know, as the son of a geologist, that stuff bothers me when it's not right. Tom Dowling, I'm sure it'd bother you too. Yeah, the amount of like detail to lava ratio, I think, it looks right to me. It's not so busy that it's kind of distracting from the models on the table, and I think the amount of like cracks of like open lava to the rest of it is pretty much perfect. Now I'm gonna be using this for my Age of Sigmar games set in the realm of fire and in Akshi, because obviously this is a perfect mat for Akshi. This does have all the crazy Age of Sigmar symbols and stuff on it though, so you don't have to worry about that. I'll use them for Dark Age. This is perfect for like a Firecast table, this 4x4 right here, to play on with your Dragiri if you want to do like the Firecast, the volcanic areas they all come from. And I'll probably use it for like some post-apocalyptic stuff too, because this could just very well be like a flattened, fused post-atomic wasteland, right? That's been blasted to glass basically by a nuclear explosion, so I like it a lot. It looks really good, and as far as lava mats go, I think it gets the balance of lava details to just like blasted black rock right. And here's the 6x4 version. Again, perfect Age of Sigmar. If you want to play some Age of Sigmar games on it, you've got your, again, the big sort of like stream of lava that's like cooled. There's two sort of like lava formations here that are cooled, and a general sort of like black blasted ashy wasteland to go on top of it. Ashy wasteland. I'm gonna throw some ruins on it so you can have a look at what it would look like if it was sort of the Age of Sigmar style Akshi table, and some models too, and you can check it out. So here it is with some terrain, put down some more ruins, again by UrbanMatz. This is their Gothic ruin sets. So you can see some different kinds of models on it. We got some Troll Slayers hanging out here on the lava rock, some Age of Sigmar Liberators, and then over here, some stuff from Dark Age. We've got St. Mark and a Field Medic, so you can see some different sizes bases, 25s, 40s, and 30 mils, just hanging out in the lava. As we can imagine, the realm of Akshi abandoned for years after Chaos took it over, and just like left in rubble basically with odd scattered ancient settlements hanging around. So it looks really good. I'm excited to play some games on it when we get back to Age of Sigmar and start doing the Age of Sigmar skirmish. So there you go, new desert and lava mats from UrbanMatz. I'll put a link in the video description below so you can check them out. And if you guys know of another great product from a small company, you can have them email me at guerrillaminiaturegames@gmail.com or Facebook message me at facebook.com/outofthebasement into the streets, and I'll do my best to put it in front of as many people as possible. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for another Widgets and Wonders in the future. Till then, Mash, up Guerrilla.